What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today wait a minute, is today Women Rock Wednesday? Hold up, y'all. Is today women? Hold up. I ain't gonna, I'm serious. I didn't realize today Women Rock Wednesday. What's up, everybody? Let me start this thing over again. But what I got to do first, I got to share the show and see what's happening. Let me share the show. Okay, there it is. Let me share the show right now, and I'm gonna share it to my friend. But it's Women Rock Wednesday. That quick? Wow. Hold up. Hold on, let me share it with my groups. Hold on a second. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see somebody that popped on the screen right now. I'm serious. I did not realize it was Women Rock Wednesday till just now. Just now. Women Rock. That is Moody. That is Moody. That is Moody. Yeah, boy. I can't wait. I'm wearing it to the game tomorrow. I'm taking it off as soon as I get off the show. But let me keep going. Um, let me see. Oh, I got to go to YouTube. Got to share it over there. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a second. Let me get into my sharing mode right now, and because you can't share it until it's live. So I'm in my share mode now. What else I want to do? I want to get out of there and go to Twitter, right? Excuse me. Go to Twitter and go to Chop Shop. Go to Chop Shop. That is Moody. You shared this show. Go to Chop Shop. I know I was so on time today. Y'all just think people gonna be late. I know. Freight, what's up, baby? Oh, Freight, it's gonna be epic. I'm telling y'all, I don't know where I'm going today with the show. I'm serious, y'all. Some days, y'all, it's hard. Um, every day coming up with, uh, fresh content, and you got to be able to tie it all together. And I'm just telling y'all, hold on. Sometimes, don't man, just don't. Yeah, sometimes I don't have it, but somehow I always push through. So let's share it. Everybody sharing the show. Everybody sharing it. They had some high school basketball. The playoffs started. I think the women started and the men started. I peeked in on the Beaumont Westbrook game. They they took care of their business. What's your little kid named Bryce? It's Bryce Campbell. Um, um, he was shooting the lights out of it. Somebody called me and said, "Rob, he's not super athletic, but he can play." And from Angleton, they played Angleton. But yeah, it's Women Rock wins. Fellas, I see you. I see you. But I don't know where to start today. I'm serious. Because I got some serious stuff I want to share with y'all. And then I got some, every day, Brandon Weefall, Joe Lewis. Kevin Freeman really, really knows. He's been around for a long time with me. Every day I have a dilemma. Should I talk about what's trending? Or should I talk about what's not trending? and we need to talk about. You know, I'm sitting here, uh, I'm going to ESPN, I'm going to the little sports sites and see what they got. Um, see if anything on the ticker. Let's see, nothing. Let me go to my other. Hey there, Belinda. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis, Joe Lewis. Everybody should have one. You just rep. Hey, you just rep in Houston when you got on a shirt like this. You got the University Shield. I know Belinda got one. That's all. Simple but elegant. Unbelievable. Thank you, Belinda, for bringing it up. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot it. But I'm just sitting here. Then they writing an article. Old Baxter Holmes writing an article about the just seen. Let's see about the secret history uh, of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Let me see. You was talking about Nike staff. Wait a minute. The Nike staffers sat around a conference room table inside the company's Oregon headquarters in late 2002, examining a space age material. It was black, two black, tech flex, had commonly been found inside cars and airplanes. Its grip expanded and contracted whatever has placed inside of it. And the staffers at Nike saw it as a possibility, a foundation for the next frontier basketball sneaker, one that would feature laces. What's up, Kendrick Lewis? Kendrick Lewis, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about this. I'm looking at this article. This article is entitled Kobe Bryant and the Secret History of Black Mamba. And hey, Jen, how you doing? Oh, my girl's here. My girl's here now, y'all. But I saw this article, and I'm gonna just give y'all a little of it. Y'all can go read it. He said, Humphrey. I remember Gentry, a Nike executive tasked with marketing the shoe, looked at its braided sleeving and kind of looks like a snake. He thought to himself, and others thought the same. He said, home late that night, Gentry searched the internet for more information about the most baddest black snake there is. Right? Watch this now. Watch this. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I got the shirt of all shirts right now. Hey, you don't even have to go to Texas Southern. You don't even listen. See how I just stop what I'm doing. You don't. I'm talking about Nike. Listen, if I can talk about Nike, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna talk about the Anthony Lawrence collection. But let's get back to Gentry, because I met him, right? And I don't know him that good, but I met him. And everybody used to talk about him, but I didn't know he was that heavy. He was just cooler dude, right? So he said, he searched the internet about the baddest black snake there was. There is. This is my sister. It's her birthday. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Watch it. Hello, young lady. Happy birthday. Girl, you ain't that old. You know I'm on my show. I'm live on my show, but I just want to tell you happy birthday today. And I'll call you when I get off the show, okay? All right, baby. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my sister. That's my sister. But let me get back. Let me get back. Um, he said he searched for the most badass black snake there is. He said the search didn't take long. The top result was the black mamba. The snake was described as lightning fast, agile, and feared the same qualities of the star NBA guard for whom they were designing the shoe for. Did y'all know this story? Gentry Humphrey, who had worked at Nike since 1994. I knew him when Penny came. So I've been knowing this guy for a long time. He quickly prepared a presentation that featured the snake as the centerpiece of a new sneaker campaign. This is Black History, y'all, by the way. Alongside photos of the snake were videos of the NBA superstar attacking the basket. Soon after this, y'all, Humphrey showed the presentation to his colleagues. The synergy between the material, the black mamba, and the NBA star felt natural, alluring. Everybody was on it. He told ESPN. He said from there, it was time to create a global campaign featuring the black mamba and present it to the player who would ultimately present it. They had done it and Kobe didn't even know about it. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. The player they presented to first was Michael Jordan. Not Kobe. Right? Today, the black mamba is synonymous with Kobe Bryant, the Los Angeles Lakers legend. Countless posters, murals, and commercials champion the intensity of his Mamba mentality. Bryant founded an academy that bore its name, Mamba Day, as August the 24th, 8/24, a nod of his two jersey numbers he wore during his career, his 20-year career with the Lakers. 10 years ago, after scoring 60 points in his final game on April the 13th, 2016, Kobe addressed the crowd at the Staples Center, declaring, "Mamba out." His final words as the Lakers before placing the microphone on the court. As part of his signature shoe line now, Nike has released several shoes featuring Mamba-related elements, including textured snake skin patterns. Bob, Kevin. Watch this. How a shoe and persona designed for Jordan became Bryant's instead reveals an alternative reality. It's a great story, y'all. I had to get this to y'all. Y'all gonna be the smartest person in the nail shop if don't nobody else read this article. One of the most remarkable untold stories in the history of sports marketing, advertising, and apparel. Watch this. The first Air Jordans were released in 1985. The 40-year-old signature shoe line netted nearly $7.3 billion in sales for the fiscal year ending in May of 2025. And the annual launch of each one devolves an army of staff, and most important, the input of Jordan himself. Hatter, when I was reading it, I was about to call you when my class came in. That's all right. But yo, give me a thumbs up if y'all like this. I can stop. We can talk about something else. But listen, when the show came on, I haven't researched this. I'm reading the article for you. I'm reading an article, and I'm trying to bring the article to life for y'all. I'm thinking about this. For the first Jordan didn't want Nike. Jordan passed on Mamba. He just kept failing. No, he wasn't. Explain this to me. I don't know what you're talking about. You say he kept failing up. Explain failing up. I don't know what you're talking about, Darryl Vaughn. Let me put it up on the screen, y'all. Darryl Vaughn, I don't know what you're talking about. You got to explain yourself to me. You said a man kept failing up? What are you talking about? I'm trying to put it on the screen bigger. Hold up, y'all. You know, cause this stuff, these things change on me. Like every time I get off the show. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Y'all can see that, right? I just want to see what you're talking about. It's not that he didn't want Nike. Where you get that? He was just loyal to Adidas. It wasn't that he didn't want Nike. Come on, y'all, you know, and I know y'all might think y'all know, but you don't know. It wasn't that he did not, you say he didn't want Nike. He just liked Adidas. Let me set up my stuff, cause let me make sure all my comment stuff is ready. Let me make sure I put him on there. Make sure all my comment stuff is sized right. See, I don't know why they been doing me like this, man. And I got to do this stuff. But Darryl Vaughn, thank you, cause I'm finna work it out. You got this. I just don't understand. Then you came back and said, hold up, where did you come back? You came back with a rebuttal. But this is the most important thing that you said, right? Hey, Miss Jenny. He wanted to rep Adidas coming out of college. Then he passed on the Black Mamba. No, he didn't pass. He didn't pass on. It wasn't for him. He is the black cat. He is already the black cat. So you say he failed up. No. The Black Mamba was meant for Kobe Bryant. Let me finish reading this article. But when people just say stuff just to be saying, he didn't fail up. Hey, Lakeisha, he didn't fail up. See how we have to watch our words? Let me finish reading the article. Let me read the article. You know, I just like, y'all don't understand. I just like to have a perfect understanding. Now, we can't be perfect, but we can try to make and I don't like people. Hey, son, I told y'all this thing was going to be cold. I told y'all. I told y'all. You don't even have to like you. This is a Texas thing. If you live in Texas, you should have a shirt like this. This is the Texas Southern Seal. This is a HBCU in Texas Seal. Oh, yeah, we'll get to that later. But let me help you. Let me get back. Let me get back to the article. Okay. He didn't fail up because he didn't fail at all. But for the first 18 versions of the Air Jordans, initial design ideas had come from Jordan, who would provide feedback on the sketches and prototypes until the shoe met his expectations for the first 18 shoes. It wasn't unusual for ideas outside of sports to influence his shoes. The Jordan 5 took inspiration from the American World War II fighter plane, and the 6 from a German sports car, the 7 from the West African tribal art, the 12 from the Japanese flag, the 14th from the Ferrari sports car, the 15th from the X-15 fighter plane, but I like that Raptor. I like that F-22 Raptor, oldest plane ever made. Y'all have to understand I'm a plane freak. So F-22 Raptor, coldest fighter plane ever made. Boy, just go look it up. But so, and 17 from Jazz, 17s from the Jazz and Aston Martin. Okay. For the 18s, Jordan shoes, which were released in 2003, Jordan took Tate, what is his name? Curbis, the shoes designer, that he saw a beautiful Italian crafted leather driving shoe, one typically used in Formula One racing. And he was like, hey, can you make a basketball shoe to look like a piece of leather that was inspired by this driving shoe? Eventually, the samples of 18 were created for him to try on. When he puts it on, that is really when it becomes Air Jordan. See, y'all can have the shoe on, they just some shoes. But when he puts them on, they become Air Jordans. He said, and his signing off like, this is good to go to market. MJ's vision led the way. They continue. The 19s represent the first time the initial concept would come from the design team instead. So you got the 19s, they didn't come from Jordan, they came from the design team. For years, among players, Jordan had carried the nickname, listen, the Black Cat. Humphrey and others at Nike believe, however, that the way Jordan attacked the court better mirrored the speed and agility of a snake. And now they had the material to represent it. The concept was something of a white whale in the industry. The laces, the laceless shoes, this new shoe they was making. There had never been a performance basketball shoe without laces. But the Tech Flex material now made it possible, Humphrey and Curtis said. I wish I could show y'all a picture of this shoe. Now all they need to do was sell Jordan on the idea. I would have had the shoe up there if I had read it, but I'm reading it as y'all learning as I'm learning. Excitement grew after Humphrey's presentation of the Black Mamba campaign for the Air Jordan 19s. Soon after Kirby's between working on the sketch and the prototypes, he recalled bringing them to see Jordan during an off day when the Wizards were in Miami to play the Heat. In the locker room, Jordan, who was then wearing the just launched 18, examined the shoe. He looked at the new shoe. Those who work with him said he's always careful. He's always inquisitive, protective of his brand, and most of all, competitive. He wanted his shoes to be the best. Y'all just listening. Ain't nobody commenting, huh? Y'all just listening. Well, share the show so your friends can get some of this. Because I'm not through. I'm not done. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. He asks if the text flex material, I wish I could show it to you, over time will still provide the necessary support during a game. He suggested that it might be good to have some laces under the braided sleeve. In all, Kirby said Jordan was excited and curious and on board, right? Humphrey and Kirby pushed forward. They recall meeting with Jordan in the spring of 2003 as his NBA career was winding down in an office downtown in Chicago with a handful of Nike officials in attendance, right? It was there that Humphrey said he first explained the Mamba campaign concept to Jordan. By then, Humphrey said the idea had already been shared internally with advertising and the marketing officials of the Jordan brand. They had launched on how to present this to a global audience. They was finna go with the Mamba brand. But as soon as Humphrey began to walk Jordan through the Black Mamba concept, he knew there was a major problem. You could just tell from the very beginning, Humphrey said, Michael was uncomfortable. In the spring of 2003, after receiving the Black Mamba brief from the Jordan team, Tina Davis of Wider and Kennedy, that's the people I dealt with when we did Penny's campaign, the little Penny dog. Wider and Kennedy, they still working with them. That's their advertising firm that Nike used. They gathered their team in New York. Nike had used Wider and Kennedy, watch this, y'all, since 1982. And Dan Whiting, one of his founders, had coined the Nike famous "Just Do It" slogan. The firm was also behind the Michael Jordan commercials that featured Spike Lee, Mars Blackman, and in the late 80s and in the early 90s. Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Watch. Typically, Whiting and Kennedy would receive a brief, take the core of the ideas, because they came in and talked to me, talked to Penny, talked to everybody around, and tried to express it visually in the most ambitious way across a variety of platforms, commercials, print ads, billboards, and posters. And Justin Barakas, then a Widener and Kennedy media director, said they wanted to create visuals for the Black Mamba campaign that had stopping power. They first tried, watch this y'all, tried to find a live Black Mamba snake, typically found in sub-Saharan Africa. in hopes of placing it in a cage with the shoe and a photo shoot. Then they learned that they were illegal in the United States. Whoa, y'all, this player, Davis called. You can't even bring them in the country. The black mama is that cold. You can't bring them to the United States. You got to stay in the motherland. They that's my part. That ain't in the article. They use a different black snake. One that was so large, said Charles Hall, then a Wider and Kinney associate creative director, that we wouldn't have wanted it loose in a room. It was so big. So inside the New York office, they stitched photos together to digitally recreate a version of the black mamba slithering around the shoe, rearing its head. And the team prepared for a targeted spring 2004 launch of the Air Jordan 19. The next step was for Jordan to visit Nike campus to see the campaign itself. So late in 2002, Jackie Thomas stood in an empty conference room on the Nike campus, her back to the door, going over the notes of the presentation she was about to deliver. A woman delivered this. She heard a deep voice behind her. You must be Jackie. She turned around. You must be MJ. She said, extended her hand to the man himself, the namesake of an empire who had his own reserved parking space on the campus. $7.3 billion in 1 year get you that. Thomas was Jordan Brand's new creative director of marketing, a position she assumed in August of 2003. That tasked her for overseeing the marketing of all Jordan products with a focus on increased innovation. She said, we had a very robust retro business, she told ESPN. And there was a concern, rightfully so, that the brand was leaning very heavily on the retro market, and we didn't want to kill the golden goose. You follow me? The retro, the old shoes. They didn't want to kill the golden goose. I'm sorry. Oh, something flew in my eye. The goal was to preserve the integrity of the retro product, but also to move into the future. So the 19, she said, was a key part of that effort. And Whiting and Kennedy had already created their ads for the launch. The entire campaign, Eric Harrison, was in place. It was now her job to explain it to Jordan. I got to give me some water on this. Y'all, this is how we do in the Chop Shop. When we sat, this Black history right here. There's a lot of white folk now, but we talking about Michael Jordan. All these people we talking about here, except Gentry is white. I got to let y'all know that. But it's still Black history to me. So her job had explained. So Thomas had spent weeks prepping, planning, researching, and marketing, apparel, footwear, advertising, staffers. Soon packed the room. Thomas' mission was to describe every aspect of the launch. Across the next hour, she dissected each element. The portion that mentioned the black mamba snake lasted for 15 minutes. While she talked, Jordan seemed enthusiastic. And when the presentation ended, Thomas felt relieved and excited, like she hit a home run. The next day, Thomas said she received a call from Larry Miller, the president of Brand Jordan. He, brother, why don't you come down to my office? She said. He said, I got to talk to you about something. Still riding high because she thought she had hit a home run. She didn't think anything of the call. She went on down the hall. What's up, boss? She had, hey, he said, hey, good job in there yesterday. Miller said, MJ really liked the meeting. The product looked great, but you got one problem. MJ doesn't like snakes. As Fob messed up my story earlier, he gave y'all the spoil. Thomas was perplexed. No one had told her Jordan didn't like snakes. They didn't ask him. At no point during the meeting did Jordan convey such an impression. Well, I wasn't involved in the product creation, she told Miller. And you guys all knew that the snake was a large part of the story. She getting it off her ass around the product design. And I think this campaign is really good. Miller shrugs. She's this woman that did all this work. Here's MJ's number. He told her. Give him a call and sell him on it. She took a deep breath. She steadied herself and she dialed him. It was late in the week. It was a Thursday. She said, no answer. She called again later that day. Again, no answer. Man, athletes don't pick up the phone. She called twice the next day. She left voicemails. The weekend arrived and Thomas paced through her Oregon home. Thomas gathered her team and crunched some numbers on Saturday. She called Jordan again and left a detailed voicemail. The lunch was just months away. Y'all, they just spent all this time and this money. And plans were in place, she explained, advertisers, marketing. There was no way they could suddenly tell retailers, for instance, they had no visuals, no in-store point of sale material. The sales team had already placed ads to be published. There had been countless meetings, countless checkpoints, and they had all greenlit it. Hitting pause, she said, could translate to millions of dollars in losses. Are y'all liking this? Paul Miranda, some of this stuff I didn't know. I'm just having fun right now. I'm talking about Jordan and Kobe. Talking about Jordan and Kobe, how they linked in history, how they linked in Black history. But hold up, y'all. Hold up. A couple hours later, Jordan called her back. He said he understood. He said, I'm okay on this one particular occasion to allow you to run the ad, he told her. But you need to reconcept before the next colorway drops. She thanked him, appreciative for the compromise. After the call, she sent him a box of Davidoff Millennium cigars and a thank you note because they know he loves cigars. On March the 14th, 2004, the same month that the $165 shoe launched, a 2-page Black Mamba Air Jordan 19 advertising appeared. And I'm going to take this picture and put it, I got to get this article and put it for y'all. Hold up, y'all. Let me see. Can I do it? Hold up, y'all. I mess with y'all. I really mess with y'all. For me to do this, I love y'all. Hold up. I'm doing some stuff. I'm sending this to myself from one device to the other. And send it. Yeah, send it to me. I got to put this. I got to put this on the screen. My people got to see this. My people got to see this. Hold on. I'm finna put this thing on the screen. Hold on. This is good. I'm serious. I'm excited. This is good. I can't wait to hear the end. We're almost to the end. But hold on. Let me crop this thing. And then I got to put it on the screen. I'm cropping from my phone. Hey, who said old folks don't know technology? Man, these youngsters ain't got nothing on me, man. I don't like to be dependent on nobody. So that's why I learned to do this stuff myself. Watch it. Youngsters ain't got nothing on us if we just go on apply ourselves. Some of them, man, I don't feel like doing it. Yeah, I'm feeling like doing it because I ain't got time to wait on these folks. Watch this. All right, here we go. Let me put it on the screen while I'm talking. Okay, let me get that off. Where I'm at? Where? Oh, right here. It might take a second to formulate. Where that black mamba at? Here we go. That mamba. There it is. There it is. That's that ugly ass shoe. I didn't wear it, but I had a pair of them shoes. I never wore them though. But that's the one, right? That's the shoe. Let me make it small and put it right over in the corner so y'all can see it. Anybody want me to bring it bigger so I'll show it again, bigger. So let me get back to where I was at. Okay. So she what she do? So they launched the shoe, right? Advertising, apparel, ESPN, the magazine, part of a print focus that Thomas said included other national magazines, and it carried the tagline, only greatness equal greatness. Then the campaign quickly pivoted. Commercials featuring, watch this, commercials featuring additional colorways to this shoe. One for Carmelo Anthony, another for Gary Payton, and another for Jason Kidd. The legendary Georgetown John Thompson provided the voiceover. No reference to the Black Mamba. Y'all see how she pivoted away? Because Mike didn't like this, right? But looking back, those involved on the shoe admitted surprised that the Black Mamba campaign advanced as far as it did, giving Jordan disdain for snakes. We couldn't believe that when he found out, how he happened. But Jordan and White and Kenny officials at the time all pointed to the same reason. Jordan's fear of snakes was one of his closest held secrets, so people didn't know. So he couldn't blame them. And Nike officials had known about this other fear, which he had revealed in 2022. I'm sorry, 1992 interview with Playboy. Jordan's got a phobia for something. Jordan told him, the magazine, I don't mess with water. So they knew about the water. He explained that it stemmed from watching a friend drown as he was a child. But he'd be out in boats. He had a boat. Y'all, that just made me think about that. Let me get that ugly shoe off the screen. It just made me think. So he explained that it stemmed from watching a friend die. He said, but author Mark Van Zyl, who worked with Jordan on the 1993 book Rare Air Explained, in a 2024 podcast with Jordan's former teammate Stacey King, the depth of Jordan's phobia. He was terrified, Van Zyl said. If you watch TV with him and a snake came on, he would change the channel. And Jordan goes, if you right that somebody's going to get killed because somebody's going to throw a snake one day. So don't write that because somebody do it. Somebody gonna, he said, don't write that because I don't want nobody, messing with me with no damn snake. And y'all know them people were there. Them people at the opposing stadiums been throwing fake snakes out there. You follow me? So I think that was smart. Um, in August of 2023, Jordan's son Marcus revealed that his separation anxiety podcast that he and his brother Jeffrey once pranked their dad by throwing fake snakes on his bed. He said, we were grounded, Marcus said. I think he was caught off guard and he realized that they wasn't real after a while, but he was running around the house trying to find out who pranked him. Baracus and others said that they were surprised that Jordan kept his fear of snakes from Nike officials. He said, if you know anything about him, he's the ultimate competitor, he said. He's a trash talker. He got inside your head. He used any competitive advantage that he had. If he had a legitimate fear of snakes, then you wouldn't want that out because you always mess. Somebody could have used that against him. Man, I didn't know this man think like this. Is anybody listening out there? Is anybody hearing this? So on April 16, 2020, or 2003, a year before the release of the Jordan 19s, Jordan played his final game. 107-87, Wizards lost to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Exactly 1 year later, in a twist of cosmic fate, a new film directed by Quentin Tarantino was released. The film was called Kill Bill Volume 2. The film featured a group of assassins known as the Deadly Viper Assassination Squad. In one scene, a member of the group, L. Driver, played by Daryl Hannah, used a black mamba snake to attack a fellow assassin named Bud, played by Michael Madsen. Wow. As Bud wriths on the ground with the snake's venom flowing through his body, L delivers a monologue. Bud, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, the Black Mamba. Black Mamba, this is Bud. L said that she looked up at the Black Mamba online. Fascinating creature, the Black Mamba. She said, listen to this. She began to read. In Africa, the saying goes in the bush, an elephant can kill you, a leopard can kill you, and a black mamba can kill you. But only with the black mamba, and this has been true in Africa since the dawn of time, is death sure. Hence is handled. Death incarnate. Kobe Bryant would later say in a 2018 interview with the Washington Post that he saw the movie one night at home when he couldn't sleep. It was past 2 a.m. and that scene had captured his imagination. Michael Jordan don't like snakes, but it captures Kobe Bryant's imagination. Boy, I love this. Watch this. The length of the snake, the bite, the strike, the temperament. He told the Pope, let me look this SHIT up. He said, I looked it up. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Darryl Barnes. Some people's trash is other people's treasure. Mike hated snakes. Kobe said, that's me. What's up, big coach? Big Chop Shop, I'm just tuning in. If I would have known about Michael Jordan, MJ, I would have said Anaconda because I couldn't get into his all-star party. This is crazy. Y'all, this is blowing me away. Belinda. Then on June of 2003, 4 months after Jordan's Black Mamba ad appeared, and 3 months after Kill Bill Volume 2 was released, Bryant signed with Nike after his contract with Adidas expired. The same month, he also visited Colorado for a knee procedure. That's where he got in trouble. I don't even have to even look down and read the article. That's where he got in trouble. But let me read this. I don't even have to look at the article. This is the first time I've ever read the article. I'm sharing it with y'all. But I remember, and y'all, guess who was with him on that trip? Derek Fisher was there too. What's up, Tony? But now, watch this. The same month, he had to get that knee procedure in Colorado. He stayed at the Lodge and Spa at Cordero. Right? There is a 19-year-old woman working at the front desk. She would later tell authorities that Bryant raped her in her room. Right? Watch this. 1 month later, July 2003, Bryant, then 24 years old, was charged with felony sexual assault against his girl. The same day, Bryant held a news conference admitting to adultery but insisting that the encounter was consensual. September 2004, the charge was dismissed. 6 months later, a civil lawsuit was settled out of court. Y'all, I know this case so good, that situation, but we ain't gonna talk about that today. One day y'all ask me about it, I'll tell y'all about it. But the incident marked a dividing line in his life and his career. During the ensuing 2003 to 2004 NBA season, Bryant flew back and forth to Colorado where the courtroom proceedings were held, and Los Angeles where he played with the Lakers. Bryant would later say in a 2015 documentary, Kobe mused that he took on the Black Mama persona during this time. In 2003, I went from a person that was at the top, I went at the top of his game, that had everything coming, to a year later having absolutely no idea where life was going to take, or if you were going to even be a part of life as we know it. Bryant said in a documentary of which he was the executive producer, he said, I hear everything that the crowd is saying. I hear it. So it was like this place that was my refuge is now I'm being bombarded with all kind of things that they were saying. I had to separate myself because going through that time, I felt like there were so many things coming at once. It was just becoming very, very confusing to me. I had to organize things. He said, so I created the Black Mamba. The first mainstream mention of Kobe's association with the Black Mamba appeared in ESPN magazine featured by Rick Bucher that ran November the 7th, 2005 issue. Granted, that there's a dark side that Brian embraces. He's known in his inner circle as the Mamba, which he is happy to explain. It's a kind of snake that can grow to 13 feet and is the world's quickest and the most venomous serpent. He put that persona on display in August as motivation for a select group of LA high school basketball players and coaches. The group was provided all black gear and shuttled over in an all black bus at 5 a.m. to watch Brian in a 3-hour solo workout. The Mamba can strike with 98% accuracy at maximum speed in rapid succession, Brian explains. The first image of Brian with the snake did not appear until the summer of 2006. He said, no. Yo, this is good. In the months prior, Ryan Jones, then the editor-in-chief of Slam magazine, said the team at Slam knew that Brian had been calling himself the Mamba and pitched him on the idea of appearing on the cover of the magazine holding a snake. Brian agreed. I ain't gonna show you that picture. Brian agreed. He arrived at Soho Studio in New York City during an off night. Slam had hired a snake wrangler and had a couple of non-venomous black snakes at the ready. Once the handler showed him what to do, he was super comfortable with it, Jones recalled. He was holding it near his face. Kobe was all in. Michael would have did this. The cover appeared in May of 2006 with Brian holding the snake. And the headline, Kobe, cold-blooded. Yo, yeah, is this good? I can stop if y'all want me to. I can stop. Just let me know, because I got something else for y'all. But this is so... No, I never had a shot. Never had a shot at getting Kobe. Never, ever have a shot. Ever. Guess who represented Kobe? Rob Pelinka. Didn't have a shot. I wish I had her. I would have took the fall out there in Colorado. He wouldn't have took the fall. But let me get back. Eric Avar helped design several of Kobe's shoes. He said that the origins of Bryant's Black Mamba campaign can be traced back to the Nike Zoom 3, which was released in 2007. Then he got to talk about it. Y'all, it's so much. Oh, it ain't that much more. I finish it out. I wasn't gonna finish it out. It's not much more. But the early notion about the Black Mamba was all about being lightning quick and deadly. And that was just his style and his game, Avar told ESPN staff writer Nick DePalma. Kobe was always being creative and imaginative. So he would look at things from a functional and a practical standpoint for his game. But the story, the expression, the imagination were always so big. He really thought about his game, how he approached the game, and he was always leaning into that. Looking at metaphors was always really big for him. It was really the lightning fast, the deadly aspect of the Black Mamba that resonated with him and his style. That's where it started from. The shoe itself doesn't feature any obvious ties to a snake, but those would emerge soon. In late December 2008, Nike released a limited edition Nike Zoom Kobe Force 4 Venom signature sneaker. Then in December the 10th, 2010, I'm sorry, December, that was December 2008. In December 2010, they always like to do it in December because what? Christmas coming up. Marketing 101. Nike released the Zoom Kobe 5. No, the Kobe 6. Okay, the 6, which featured a snakeskin texture. I think I got something else. A Nike release statement, the shoe is inspired by Kobe's on-court alter ego, the Black Mamba, a feature design inspired by the fearsome snake. In February of 2011, in conjunction with the NBA All-Star Game in Los Angeles, Nike released the Black Mamba, a short film starring Kobe Bryant. By then, Bryant had become synonymous with the snake, and some Nike insider smirked that he saw the campaign take off. He said, for me, that was shocking, was that Nike came out with it. Oh, Kobe, a Black Mamba? Humphrey said. I was like, this stuff old. Are you serious? This stuff old. Michael Jordan old. Bryant idolized Michael Jordan and patterned his game after Michael Jordan, studying Jordan relentlessly, his VHS tapes, how he walked, even how he chewed gum. It's unclear, though, whether he knew about Jordan's Black Mamba campaign. But some of y'all out there used to see it. He trying to be like Cat. He trying to be like Jordan. He trying to be like Jordan. Some of y'all friends said it. Y'all can raise your hand. It's okay. I ain't mad at you. This Robert Hatter. This ain't the article. I ain't mad at you, but some of y'all said it. And you know what I said? I said, if I'm going to copy a cat, I'm going to copy the baddest cat. The black cat. That's what I used to always say. If I'm going to be a copycat, I'm going to copy the baddest cat. These people out here now copying dudes that ain't the baddest cat. Let me keep on going. Let me keep on going. Where was I at? Because I'm almost there. Multiple people chose to say that Kobe did not know about the Mama campaign for Jordan. Because if y'all know about it, it wasn't that big of a campaign. Before becoming the general manager and vice president of basketball operations, y'all, see, this is where I come in, y'all. See, now y'all finna know. Y'all finna know the secret. I didn't know this was in the article. Before becoming the general manager and vice president of basketball operations for the Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison worked at Nike for 19 years. He supervised Nike's basketball brand managers and worked closely with Bryant since the Lakers guard signed in 2003. Nico the one signed. Nike told Nico don't come back without him. And Kobe treated Nico pretty, really bad, y'all, in the beginning. Man, F you, man. Ain't thinking about no Nike, man. I'm Adidas, dude. Man, I'm Adidas till I die. Don't keep messing with me. Nico kept showing up, 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 kept showing up. Nike said, don't come back without him. Nico said, I got to get this dude. Finally got it. Of the Air Jordan 19 campaign, Harrison told ESPN, I remember the snakes. I remember the text flex technology. And I don't remember the ad. That is Nico. who worked for Nike. He said no one from Nike or Brand Jordan had ever mentioned it or the campaign to Kobe and to his knowledge to Bryant at all. Another source who worked closely with Bryant for many years said Bryant had no knowledge of the Black Mamba connection to Jordan. Years later, when Thomas became the head of global branding, marketing for basketball of Nike, she worked with Bryant and Jordan. She doesn't recall talking to Bryant about the Air 19. She said she didn't tell him, or the Black Mama campaign around it. Harrison, among others, pointed out that it's not surprising that Bryant was likely unaware of Jordan's campaign because there had long been a strict separation between Brand Jordan and the rest of Nike. The separation stemmed from Jordan itself. When Jordan Brand became his own thing, Jordan became extremely protective of the style and the design, Baraka said. Everyone wanted to keep it as separate from Nike as it could be because there was a fear whether or not it was real or at least the potential that those original designs would somehow make their way into Nike. Harrison also noted that if Bryant had known about Jordan's Black Mama campaign, then Kobe likely wouldn't have wanted to pursue his own. If he did know about it, I think it might have gave him pause, Nico said. Davis made the point that when Jordan's campaign was over, I probably had the Air Jordan Black Mamba campaign in my filing cabinet in my office forever. And we just moved on. She added that it wasn't as if it could have been used for any other campaign, including Bryant's. If a client decides to kill an idea, the idea is dead, she says. From a product or inspirational standpoint, then we never talk about it together. They were separate thoughts and ideas. This is false. It's unclear that Jordan thinks about the name and the campaign. A representative of Jordan declined to interview requests on his behalf. On Nike's campus, a photo of the Black Mamba advertisement for the Air Jordan 19 can be found in the company's archive library on the multi-layered wood plank display boards. A nearby placard says of the shoe inspired by the Black Mamba snake, the lightest, most flexible, and most breathable Air Jordan to date included text flex, industrial braiding sleeving on the upper, and the lightweight, flexible, and breathable overwrap. It also has double stacked full-length zoom air units. It was a product of a team of designers, the first of Air Jordan shoe. Today, the Black Mamba campaign for Kobe Bryant carries on. In January 2025, Nike announced that it would honor Bryant by designing 2025, the year of the snake in Chinese zodiac, as the year of the Mamba. There will be a new collection released featuring new shoes, t-shirts, fleece, crew necks, pants, and a satin-like jacket. The Kobe 5 Pronto, the year of the Mamba shoe, the centerpiece of the collection, became a multiple colorway, including purple and red. On both versions of the shoe, the snake wraps around the Nike swoosh. And that's the end of that article. Alpha Yo Visa. Alpha Yo Visa, I was just reading the article. Bryant and the Secret History of the Black Mamba. It was amazing, man. I thank y'all. I mean, I just thank y'all for being patient with me because I didn't know where that was going to go. That's the first time I read it. And I just sit there and went on a ride with y'all. And I am overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. But let's get back. High school basketball. Did anybody see something last night that was anybody got something about high school basketball last night? All I know, I looked for one game. I wanted to make sure I looked for two games. I wanted to see what Westbrook would do, Beaumont Westbrook would do, and I wanted to see what West Side would do, and I wanted to see what Beaumont United would do. And the reason, I mean, I'm just, I know the players, and I know a few of the players, and I'm kind of attached to them. And y'all got to always remember, I'm not on teams. I like if I'm attached to the player or his parent or somebody, that's how I get attached to things. I don't have a team. I'm not from here. I didn't go. I'm gonna be a little bit more partial to West Side. They lost by 3 points last night because what? My son spent what 9, 10, 11, 12, spent 4 years over there. So that was unique. But high school, did anything happen? Did anybody? I want to shout out your little cousin, whoever. Did anybody have a big night? But I did want to share with y'all something, because I don't know where Jimmy was going yesterday. Rob, we talked about everything here, but one thing we have in common is our love for basketball. Thank you for sharing that, brother. Yeah, we talked about it. I love basketball. I love golf. I love basketball. I really love sports. I'm serious, y'all. Y'all, I watch hockey sometimes. Baseball, I like the players in baseball. I just ain't finna say I'm going to watch baseball, okay? But I love sports. Sports is different, and that's why I wanted to ask y'all about what happened in the high school games last night. Did anybody, Michael Garcia, did anything happen? Because I know you love high school basketball. Did anything happen? But guess what? Yeah, did y'all see what I have on? Did y'all see what I have on? Let me see. Can I stand up? Y'all see what I got on? I finally got my shirt. I finally got my shirt. Simple, elegant, Texas Southern, the seal, simple. Shout out, great material. I can't wait. I'm gonna wear it to the game tomorrow night. I just wore it for this show. Gonna take it back off and put it back up in the closet. Uh, and I can't wait. He said, shout out to Dame and Kristen Haskins. I've been in the gym many times with two of them great people. Oh my goodness, yes. Hey, if all our kids and all our parents was like these two people right here, y'all, we'll be in a much better shape in this basketball world. If all of our, I want you, Chuck McGowan put it up there. Let me put it up. Let me put it in wide form so y'all can see this. Chuck. Chuck says, shout out to Dame and Kristen Hackett. I've been in the gym many times with the two of them, great people. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And what he's saying is so true. Um, it is so true. These, if every parent and every young basketball player were like these two, high school basketball would be in a great space. Ain't no hollering. Ain't no, I'm taking my son this. I'm doing this. And this dude played basketball professionally. Thank you, Chuck McGowan, for acknowledging that. Thank you. Because we always talk about these damn fool ass parents. Let's shout out to the parents that are respectful and not on social media talking about people and not overhyping their sons. Thank you, man. Let me tell you something. A lot of people ain't gonna appreciate what you said because a lot of these people are just, they just like to stir up mess. But we got to start celebrating excellence. like this. Anthony Lawrence collection. This is called the TSU Seal crew neck. Let me see. Let me make sure. So in case you don't know, the Anthony Lawrence collection. Oh, North Crowley, Duncanville, Allen, Arlington Martin won in 6A Region 1. Okay. I don't know. I know about Duncanville, Allen, and North Crawley. I don't know about Arlington Martin that much. So shout out to all of those young men. I don't know nobody on neither team. Michael Garcia says four overtime game between Sapphire and Bel Air last night. Wait a minute, crazy 4 overtime game between. Who won the game? Sapphire beat Bel Air? No, Rabbit. No. Man, I got to call Glover. Man, they stuffing mothballs. Man, what happened, man? Y'all talk to me. Was anybody at the game? Now I'm disappointed. Look like 10th ranked Klein Oak is one more game away from meeting. And I ain't even seen Klein. Who Klein Oak got on their team? Meeting Dunkerville. Okay. One more game. I like that. Good doubleheader Friday at Del Mar. 17 is state-ranked Heights versus Jordan, and then Seven Lakes and Side Creek. Okay. Bel Air had the game. Give me some more information about Bel Air had the game. What else happened? So if they had the game, why didn't they win it? Seven Lakes took care of business, so did Toscasita. They would play each other if they win the next game. Oh, I want to see that game. They'd have played before, though. He said, I like to swap you. That would be nice on a polo. Oh, yeah. I like that. This would be nice on a polo. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, they what? Willie Sullivan. Willie Sullivan, let me tell you something. This shirt right here was inspired by this man named Willie Sullivan. He told me, Hatter, I don't like all of the flashy stuff. Just give me something simple and more traditional. Willie Sullivan, I got this thing, man. That I pushed for this just for you. And it's sweet. Willie Sullivan, see, when y'all on this Chop Shop, this Chop Shop influences everything. Just like HBCUs influence everything, the Chop Shop influences everything. That man said, yeah, but the A-Way claimed they were without their top players and lost to Seven Lakes by 1 or 2 points early. Okay. All right, there go Paul Miranda. There he go. Y'all gonna crank him up. Willie Sullivan, what you think about that, Willie Sullivan? Willie Sullivan, do you approve? I just want to know, do you approve? He said he got his yesterday. Hey, Willie Sullivan, I thank you, man. I really thank you, man. I appreciate you. Now, Eric just told me, and I hope my people at Anthony Lawrence Collection is listening right now. Eric just told me this on a polo. All of this is smaller and on the label on a polo shirt. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh my God. He said, I have to be honest. I've been from Chicago. I mix how I follow. You miss how you follow high school basketball. Got to get locked in Houston high school basketball. I look at when I look at RCS Sports, I check it out. Simple, basic, elite, and fashion. Man, this is sweet. Oh, okay. So you at the rodeo cook-off, you didn't invite your homeboy, huh? You didn't tell your homeboy. See how you do me? You didn't say, hey, Mr. Haller, you want to go? Oh, let's not even talk about that loss to Valley. Then Valley go back, get their head tore off the next day by Grambling. And let's not even talk about that. That's a game we gave away. TSU just gave it. I've never seen TSU just give away a game like that. Reggie said, damn good game. I really enjoyed the game. A couple of turnovers caused them. It would what caused them were coach game, but both coaches, they were coach game for coach. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. All right. They already told me. You wouldn't be able to read the words if it was smaller on a polo. So that ain't happening. That ain't happening. We want to be able to read the word. I got to see you last night, Michael Garcia. Bella had several opportunities to put the game away last night, but untimely shots and costly turnovers cost them when it counted the most. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Come on, y'all. That's all right. Hey. And the Lawrence collection they done heard y'all. They gonna think of something. Thank you, Leah. Bel went into overtime 5 times, was waiting for the Heights staff again. Oh, that's right. But the Heights won, right? The Heights won. So that means Michael is still playing. What Michael do last night, Ms. Nash? Tell me what Michael did last night. What Michael Malone do last night? Herb? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. What did he do last night? Because this is the playoffs now. It's the playoffs. Big time players make big time players. Hey, Herb. Watch this, Herb. I'm going to show you how we lost, Herb. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this, Herb. We up by 1, Herb. Made a good defense stand, Herb. Good block. Made the dude step out of bounds right there, Herb. We got the ball with 6 seconds. We get the ball now with 6 seconds left in the game, Herb. And watch what happens. Watch this. Watch this. That's how we lost the game. We didn't lose the Valley. We gave the game to Valley. And let me explain to y'all something. Just in case you haven't seen Valley play. Valley been in every game they play. I don't see how they done lost all them games. They got 2 dudes that's dudes. The rest of them, throw them in the ocean. But they got 2 dudes that's going to damn near get you 20 anytime, at any time. But we just gave the game away. And man said free throws a problem for HISD. Michael played well. He had 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 3. That's playing basketball right there. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. That's basketball right there, Herb. See, Mike gonna let me, win the next game. Win the next game. When is the next game? When do Heights play again? Question Bel had 3-point lead in third overtime with 10 seconds left. And then Sapphire make an open 3 to tie the game. Would you foul them, Hatter, and make them shoot free throws? I don't know the situation of the game, but if I ain't finna let nobody get off no 3 if they down 3. I'm gonna foul them before. I'm gonna foul them on for a 2. I'm not gonna foul them on the 3. They play Friday. I'm at that game. So that's the game you was talking about earlier, the Heights, the doubleheader. Let me see. You said it's a doubleheader. Oh, okay. You said the Heights. Okay, Heights versus Jordan. I'm gonna try to be at that game on Friday. I'm gonna try to be at that game on Friday. I'm trying to be at that game on Friday. I'm probably gonna bring some people with me. I got some coaches gonna be in town. I'm gonna probably bring them. Tell them that's the place to be. At 6 o'clock. Okay. Free throws is a problem across the country in high school. I don't think they practice it in folk. But coach, do, do you have to practice free throws at school? Shouldn't you practice them at home and everywhere else? Activity period or after school. I mean, in practice, I mean, you're trying to practice. You got to practice free throws, man. Everywhere you go, the 24-hour fitness, anywhere, practice free throws. You know, where else that? That's good information. Anybody else? I watched Westbury let Kempner come back and beat them. Okay. I'm talking about while training on their own. Okay, while training on their own. Okay, yes. Got to practice free throw. Boy, shoot it. Man, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm just going to switch. Hey, man. Why y'all? This dude, Con Knipple, it's y'all. He one of the coldest rookies in the game right now. Free throws should be done everywhere on y'all. Y'all, this dude, y'all, if y'all been watching, I know y'all don't watch the Hornets. Have anybody been watching Con Knipple? Anybody been watching? Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me keep going. 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 Where was I? Then, ladies and gentlemen, I saw uh, I saw I don't really like Duke that much. I don't know why. I didn't like Mike Krzyzewski. Y'all, then they hired Shire, and I thought Johnny Dawkins or Tommy Hammaker, because I want the black coach, you know. And guess what? He white, he wanted the white coach. So I ain't mad at him, but I don't have to like Duke. But I love this. I love this. I saw this. These the kind of teams, and this is why I show this, because I want our young people to understand this how you talk. If the coach is leading your team, you don't have a good team. If your coach got to tell y'all everything, you don't have a good team. It's got to be somebody on your team that can relay all of that stuff and decode and curate all of that stuff that the coach gives you and be able to put some. It's gonna get to be a couple. But watch this Duke team. Share the show, everybody. Watch this.
After those two free throws by Gungba, a very evenly played first half, Jay.
I feel like we move, they move us, and then all of a sudden they in an empty and no one's here. Yeah. So we leaving them to play a 2-on-2. They're gonna throw it over every time. Yeah. One person. So whoever's low, get over and tell whoever's at the wing that he gotta play both. Yeah. And we always gotta shrink. We're not shrinking at all. Yeah. Like saying like we trying to fight, but you gotta make yourself available so we can get up the court as fast as possible.
There's no matching up in transition defense. We cannot just walk up the ball up the court. Cam is always have a guard on him. You gotta bring it up and throw it to him fast, quick. If you get the ball there, we don't win the game easy.
Start spinning, you know what I'm saying? Make the movement there, he's on there. Every time you spin, it's like, look coming right behind.
After those two free throws by Gungba.
Everybody should splice that and send it to your son if he's playing basketball this Friday. Everybody should slice that and send it to, I'm going to play it one more time and slice and splice this and send it to their son if they playing again. Now, hold up. And all your sons that lost this weekend, send it to them too. Because if they're not seniors, they're going to play next year. If they're seniors and they're going off to play basketball somewhere else or wherever it is, let's do that. Y'all got me? Splice that. Hold on. Y'all got me? I need your help on that one. Splice that and send that to every young player. That's what leadership is. Coach is not in the gym. Coach is not in there. And the guys telling their teammates where they need to be. That's why that's such a good team. Wait a minute. Aren't they the #1 ranked team in the country? Yeah, Jimmy, can you hear me? Well, say something so we can get your volume right. So we can get your volume right. Boy, you act like little Memphis, my grandson. Man, what that mean? But
Shit, let's get it popping. I'm just looking at some of these playoff games. That's what I was doing, just paying attention to some of the second round matchup, this playoffs, high school basketball around Texas. So it's that time of the year when things started getting popping, really popping. And but I don't think there was no upsets in the first round, not in the Greater Houston area. Teams that was expected to win for the most part took care of business. There were a couple of pick'ems for me coming out of the gates, and those pick'ems. Well, I do take that back. One shocker I think was Dawson in that first round. Dawson put a hammer to somebody. Who did Dawson? Look at my paperwork. Dawson put a hammer to somebody in that first round, Hatter, and Clements. That's what it was, 52-33. Clements won that district, which was probably a step down, but still, some districts you don't know how tough they are until they get into these postseason. But I will say one thing, and that is again, in 6A, that district with Atascocita, North Shore, Summer Creek, Humble, all four of them won. I don't think there's another 6A district where all four teams won first place. All four of them.
you mean first round?
I mean first round. I said first place, first round. So that normally to me that's a sign of how potent that district was. Meaning that means C.E. King was the first team out from that district. And if that means if C.E. King was in many of these other districts, they probably would have been in the playoffs, at least through the first or the second round. So that's a tough district. Shout out to Humble High School. They pulled off a big win over Clear Lake last night. And in doing so, that's the Coach Reed, who recently got there maybe 2 seasons ago. And he's turned the program around. Had a Humble High School hadn't been to the playoffs in 7 years. 7 years. They hadn't been to the playoffs. And not only they got to the playoffs, they won the first round matchup. And they're in the second round. And they will play Dawson High School either Thursday or Friday. They're still flipping and getting it together. And the location is likely to be LaPorte High School, I'm thinking, where they're going to go. Other things from the takeaways from the playoffs, this for Conroe High School, that's a notable. And Conroe High School, their coach Taji Rito, who played for that Beaumont Ozan, one of those teams that went to state and won state with Kendrick Perkins and those boys back in the days. Well, he's the head coach there, and from that Andre Boutte tree. And he has Conroe High School, right? He has Conroe High School in the postseason. And this is their first 20-win season since 2005 season. 20 years since Conroe High School who has won 20 games, right? So that's a milestone. Another thing of note for the postseason is Bel Air High School lost their first round matchup against Cy-Fair High
That
School.
broke my heart. That broke my heart.
5 overtimes.
They said 4.
What part of broke your heart about it?
Because I want Bel Air to win.
Yeah.
That's what broke my heart.
So the defending regional champion goes down in the first round, 5 overtimes. That's Bel Air High School. And
Were you there?
no, I didn't make. I was going to go over for catch the second game, and then I just decided to go it on, take it on in, and update everything, the brackets on the website on RCS Sports. That way, because I had big meetings this morning, and that's what I did. I just cashed on out. So, but I was going to go because the second game was Heights and Stratford, and that game started almost an hour late because of 5 overtimes from Bel Air and Cy-Fair, which Cy-Fair won the game, guys. 5 overtimes. However, the news from that, in addition to 5 overtimes, how about that? To go out your last game in 5 overtime fashion of in the playoffs. And what I'm saying is,
Jimmy, which one is right? Some people say it's 4 overtimes. You say it's 5.
Well, according to the PA announcer, Rick Godfrey, who announced the game from Delmar, Rick Godfrey says it was 5 overtimes. Okay. So this is according to Rick Godfrey Rick Godfrey, and I have the score sheets. It's hard to tell because that person did the score sheets did an absolute horrible ass job with their score sheets. I'm big on score sheets, and especially a scholastic score sheet. It's like they wrote in some, you had number 2 pencils. They wrote in one of them numbers, like one of them, like the lead was really light, like But anyway, I'm looking at this, and my point about this game is that Coach Bruce Glover has submitted his retirement papers, and he's expected to lay it down from Bel Air High School. So that's a job, a very hot job that will open up. But I expect one of the assistant coaches, right, and that's the thing. HISD is one of those schools. They're big from hiring within or promoting from within. And you see an assistant coach that they're putting fingerprints and helping the coach in such fashion. They're watching, and Glover did a great job. This is one of those guys. Coach Glover has produced several head coaches from under his tree. Trey Austin came from him and went on, and the coach at Channelview, Coach Holmes, Coach Patrick came from up under there, Willie Patrick. I think Josh Irvin, if I'm not mistaken, the coach over at Klein Oak, if I'm not mistaken, was up under him. I'm just naming a couple of them. I'm missing out on several. You guys that are watching that Coach Glover has put his fingerprints on. So I think a great era comes to an end in regard to Bel Air basketball, and Coach Glover is it's time to enjoy the fruits of his labor and being able to go in and you're getting your gold in your years when you get 50 plus. Sometimes it's enough is enough, and times have changed and these young men have changed. But we want to definitely thank Coach Glover for all he has done to contribute to the high school basketball sector over the past 2.5 decades of him taking on Bel Air High School. So that's the thing. Of course, that's not the only school that's expected to open up. There are several other jobs that are expected to open up. I get into that topic once the season, once we get to the state tournament, and I dig my shovel in the ground. Many of you guys know some of them already. I can go and name them right now, but some of those schools are still in the playoffs, and I don't want to cause a distraction, an unneeded distraction at this time. I let the plane land with their season, then we can talk about some of their jobs. And some of them schools that's going to be open, they didn't even make the playoffs. But I'd rather just bundle them all together and talk about them how to in due time. Somebody says, Jimmy, what happens to Klein Forest this year? Only 3 wins all season. All season, it's time for Coach Black to retire. Is it time? No. For all that Coach Kerry Black has done at Klein Forest High School, one bad season should not warrant him being ousted. Absolutely not. He goes on his own terms. There's not 5 coaches in the area who's produced more Division I signees over the past 25 years than Klein Forest High School. So you let him, one time ain't no case with him. That's the answer to that. Other than that, I'm just looking and seeing some of your questions. We got questions and comments. We are cruising on in. It's 43 minutes past the hour. Trying to think, what was it, a topic that we were supposed to get on this Women Rock Wednesday? I can't remember, Alan.
I know it's one thing I want. I finally got the video queued up. So while you're thinking about something, I'm gonna play some of the video from both. Ladies and gentlemen, I was in 2019. It's a lot of stuff that happened with the hurricanes and people being, people were messed up in the Beaumont area. And Chop, I don't know how we first got the call. We just found out it was a need out there. We contacted Tyrone Everin, was helping us out. He contacted us and said, man, that they can get a 18-wheeler full of supplies, and let's take it out there. And me and Jimmy got in the car. We just rode up there. And those people were so appreciative. I didn't, because both of us on the show, it's going to be a lot of lagging if I bring us on to talk about it. But I'm going to just show you some videos of when we were coming in, how the people were just, let me just show a few things, Jimmy, right now. Y'all just, when we talk about, in other words, Beaumont, I know y'all the 409, but to us, if something happened to Beaumont, we come in and make sure we on top of it. If something happened in Houston, I hope y'all would do the same. Cause y'all not that far from us. But watch this. It's me talking in a few minutes. Watch this.
Okay, Mama. Okay, baby.
Yeah. Just unbelievable. I mean, that street back there, it's just, as far as you can see. Cheer for volunteers. Some of these volunteers, police officer. Listen, police officer lost everything. She's at work today. Unbelievable. Houston, let's stand up. These people need our help. They need our help. The police officer I talked to today, she was in her husband's truck because her car got flooded. It's unbelievable. Volunteers are unbelievable. Jimmy, when I go back and think about that time, man, it's just Hey, Houston. We told that man, give us the biggest 18-wheeler you got, full of stuff. And let's take it out there, man. Let's roll. And I'll never forget that. And Coach and Jimmy, you parallel because you was talking about some stuff the other day, and you tried to and you parallel it to, when we all we got. We the greater Houston area. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a unique situation, man. That I mean, even when you're doing your magazine, you include those guys on your magazine. You follow me? Can you hear me, Jimmy? I'm just lagging. I must be
Yeah, I can
lagging.
hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, but I mean, you brought it up yesterday, it made me think about it. And ladies and gentlemen, every day I'm gonna be showing you a couple of videos from that moment because we got in case you didn't know, we look out for all the hours in this town. This Chop Shop, this platform, all you got to do is say, hey, if it's a cause, we always out here to help you. So when people say, hey, I don't like that Chop, but those the people, I didn't see none of them out there in that line helping them. Me and Jimmy told people we was going, but I ain't see nobody but me, him, and Tyrone Aaron out there. So I'm just I just wanted to share that with people, man, because it was I forgot about it, Jimmy. We do so much stuff, we forget about it. If you hadn't mentioned that last night, then I went and found all the old videos. It was no, we didn't drive the 18-wheeler. No, the people drove. The black red cross.
Yeah.
They brought their own
We met him.
18-wheeler.
We met him there. We told him. We gave him the address. Told him where to come. And after getting it confirmed with the Beaumont ISD of admin officials, and they set everything up.
Yeah.
Like I said, and and we just said we
rode.
We was gonna follow the bus. We was gonna follow the diesel at first, and something happened. We just said, man, hell, we gonna get on down there. I don't got time to ride behind no diesel.
Yeah.
And we get on down and beat them there. But we got there around the same time.
Yeah, we got there around the same time. Yeah.
We got there around the same time, when a matter of 2 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were in, and it worked out. You got to realize this is what happens. Sometimes, I don't know, man. We're just not good at relaying good things to our people.
Mm-hmm.
We have become horrible at relaying good things to our people. You know what I'm saying? Good things. We are quick to tell each other about the best club or who make the best pork chop. I'm just saying. Or who got who the best who got the best bootlegger? You know what I'm saying? Who got the best weed? We're good to relate, but good things, we just not that good collectively of sharing good things. You find a sale now. Oh no, y'all take that back. We'll share sales, but most of the time, even people when they tell us about good sales, you'll tell us on the last day of the damn sale when it's about to be expired. So I got to go and get over to the store before they close the day.
But I'm gonna go further. We'll share some bad things that happen in our community, that clickbait stuff, but we won't share stuff like this. I wonder how many people gonna splice this up and send this to somewhere. I just wonder how many people gonna splice this and take this and snip this off the internet and go say, man, these guys did that. And we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it for the the income. We doing it for the outcome. Those people, they were glad to see Jimmy. It was that was one of the most satisfying days of my life. Not me getting something, but us giving. Y'all, I'm telling you. I'm up there sweating on the man. I didn't even care because the face on them people, and then talking to the police officers, the police officers who was there, but She had to drive her cousin because her car was underwater. It was crazy, Jimmy. But I remember yesterday. You had a point. Now you done brought me in with it. You had a point that you wanted to make about it. But y'all, we all we got. We all we got.
Yeah, yeah.
But what else you got?
Yeah, so that was in regarding that, that you guys just make sure you spread good news. When that's in regarding that in Beaumont, ISD, Beaumont, you guys, it's good to compete and it's good to like I said yesterday, to represent your hood, represent your city, represent your own. But Houston has long been an amplifier. Your Rockford Falls Gate, your Alpine amp. It's all long been an amp to the music that you've been playing. We hear you down there playing good music, but it's strength in numbers, and a lot of times that music gets heard by way of you guys playing with and coming through Houston based programs. And it's just been that way for the most part. So nobody in Houston, that's the thing. Now, maybe back in the days when Port Arthur, Beaumont, Ozan, in that short span, that was you felt rivalry then. And you felt rivalry maybe in your Port Arthur Lincoln days, briefly rivalries, but Houston embraced it. But for the most part, it's been like, Houston is softened out. It's not that like we can't wait to get on hold of Beaumont. You get props from down in H-Town consistently. Those kids know each other. So it's not like back in the days they didn't really see each other. So you got to understand the difference. When Beaumont Ozan had their run 25 years ago, okay, that Kendrick Perkins, if you guys remember, in the 11th grade, that was around the time that Adidas had plucked him away from the Nike side of the fence. Around the 10th grade. Matter of fact, because Adidas had gave a package to Beaumont Ozan High School. Sonny Vaccaro, they figured that's the easy way to get him. They weren't worrying about the summer team. He wasn't playing. We're going to play with John Urie. Some of you guys may not realize, to some sneaker conglomerates, they're not as concerned. They want to just get you in the fold. Some people are playing the pro game. As long as we get him in there and get him to be signed for the pro. That's the ultimate goal, guys. They don't get nothing off of parading you around in grassroots basketball. That's great, but the objective of that is to get the employees a chance to meet the family, make the families fall in love with the brand, make them feel like family. And then there's somebody within the brand that's going to, while you're mesmerized by all of the product and the boxes of gear they're going to send you, then somebody is going to be there that's going to whisk you and guide and take the baton and towards the pro when you get to college, and they're going to be right there. They're going to be your guy. If anybody has not experienced it, this is just how it goes in a nutshell. And that one guy is going to be your rep. He's going to be with your contact, your direct chain of communication if you got a problem. That guy's going to come to some of your college games. He's going to make sure you all right if you that guy. We're talking about the highest level of college basketball. They each have guys that have them up under their guidance. This your kid. You got to go make sure you all right. Make sure this, make sure that. Make sure the family all right. Mom and dad going to be at the game. And just sit there and just, your presence is enough. Now, that don't get them signed. That's to help lure them into if it becomes time you become a valuable commodity to them as a professional, then they'll have a whole different conversation then. The real money talk starts then. They know they're going to get most people with product on the early years. You're not beating them on that. They are a astute professionals at that. So this stuff here, when they did with Kendrick Perkins, them Adidas, they wore Adidas year round. Adidas flooded them with gear. So that means everybody who played with Bowman Ozan, they were Adidas everywhere because of Kendrick Perkins. It was worth it to them at the time. And it's nothing. It's write-offs that they do for those that have the nonprofits. So they go and as I was saying, in regard to the Adidas component or the sneaker component, a lot of people in Houston, I mean, you know, you only had two programs. At that time, you had Houston Hoops, Adidas Superstars. And most of the attention on the Adidas side, while Kendrick Perkins was coming along, guys, had already been directed towards the TJ Ford and the Daniel Ewing. They came out in 2001. So they took up all of the attention when Kendrick Perkins was in the 10th grade. I know how they had to make some people feel, but that's what it was. These were two McDonald All-Americans on one team. Public school. Had never been done before in the history of Houston. So I get it. And Kendrick Perkins, as a result, the next year he did not play the entire summer but one grassroots event. And he joined the Oakland Soldiers, who had LeBron James, Leon Poe, and the other guys, and he played at Clear Lake High School in his last summer. That event, and he played ABCD camp. That was pretty much all Kendrick Perkins did that whole summer. They set out and trained. He wasn't Indy Eby, who was his backcourt mate. His front court mate with the Houston Hoops. He was a senior, a rising senior. He played with the Houston Hoops, and that summer was joined by Tack Minor and Daniel Gibson, who was an underclassman that summer, and Prince PJ Kuznar and Michael Morris and Hugo Uhekwazu and those guys. Justin Benson, and they all, did that thing that summer. And John Urey, that 2000 and that summer right there, TJ them was gone, but Kendrick Perkins decided to not play any events with the Adidas program locally. So I just gave you guys a little blast to the past on regarding how some of that stuff was back in the days. But however, we rooted for Kendrick Perkins because his personality, and as he came, and Kendrick Perkins ain't never dissed H-Town. Just because you are pro blue don't have to make you anti-red unless you are a true gang member. Then we get it. But then most of you guys, in the sense of that analogy, ain't gang members. So you can embrace your own without trying to shit on the other side or something that's trying to help, that's there to help you or has helped you along the way. So Ada, right now we're in playoffs all around, unsigned seniors.
I got to get out, Jimmy. I can't do it.
Are we at already?
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock.
It's there already, boy. We there.
It's 2 o'clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got things waiting on me today. But
so land the plane.
Yeah.
It's time to get out. With Women Rock Wednesday, I definitely want to give a shout out and dedicate the show. Definitely, guys. I didn't show you. How'd I give it tomorrow? This is what the wife got from the mayor of Houston, a proclamation. Sandra was honored. Of course, you guys may have missed it on social media as with a Global Humanitarian Award. I wanted to let you guys see her award. She got. That's what she got, guys.
That's good.
That's what she got. So that's a global, and we talk, and I share some more of that stuff. I meant to send it yesterday, but we'll do that thing, and I send to you. They can hear that speech. It's gonna bust your heart open when you hear her speech that she gave. Hey man, Kevin Durant mama came up to her and appreciated. Steve Harvey folks came up, was like, they had water leaking out of everybody's eyes with her speech. Awesome. And guys, she beat cancer 3 times. and still think about it. So the energy, you see her at the front doors and see her at our events and still dealing with all this stuff and dealing with these kids. She's beat cancer 3 times. Some of you guys out there, y'all can't beat a fucking cold, a pneumonia. Y'all get sick, your nose gets stopped up and y'all think you're gonna die. 3 times she's beat cancer. So I want to give applaud to Sandra Menchaca Hicks, man. Great, hey, a warrior, a soldier out there for sure. Anyway, y'all share the show on your way out the door. Guys, see you guys on tomorrow. We got to get on up out of this Women Rock Wednesday. And peace. Chop shop.